Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on MySQL. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to perform structural changes in the table. Let's say you want to add a column, you want to remove a column, right? Or let's say you want to change the name of the column, right? So how you will perform all of this task in MySQL, right? So for that, I will introduce a new command to you, that is alter command, right? So in case you remember, so these were the description of our table, right? So this is the details of our table, right? Now let's say uh, I want to alter this virtual 200, that in the name field there is a type virtual 200, right? So I want to change its data type, right? And let's say I want also the default value to change something like no name. So how to do that? So for that I have alter command in MySQL, right? So this is like alter table, this is kind of a syntax, right? Alter table, then the table name, so in our case it's users, and then I have to write that what exactly I'm trying to do, like I'm here to change, right? So now change what is column, right? This is a kind of a syntax. Then I have to provide the column name, that is name in our case, right? And then I have to mention, and I have to again write name, right? So why I am repeating this the two times name, why I have written, I will explain that in a little bit later, okay? But yeah, I will definitely. And then I have to write virtual, and inside this I will give 300 the length, and it should be not null, and default value to be let's say no name. It should be like, yeah, no name. Okay, fine. Yeah. Now if I go and let's say I'm running the script, so this is 200, right? If I run this, see, here is name column is changed to 300. Now why I have, let me zoom little bit, zoom this one, okay, break it, several one. So now the thing is why I have mentioned two names, back to back two names, right? So this is kind of you can use this query or this statement, this entire statement in a manner so that you can change the name of the column as well, right? So let's say it's name, right? So you can write name, you want to change this name to username, you can write it like this manner, okay? If you go back and let's say you are running the entire script, see, this name of the column also got changed, right? So now the thing is actually we need to write SQL queries in this manner, in a tilde, inside the tilde space, right? So we have to write it in a tilde manner, right? In this manner we should write. And now I will we go back and change this no name, sorry, this username to again, let's say name, okay, only name, right? I will go back and run this, okay, here I got my output, it's again back to name. You have another kind of a statement which also perform the same tasks. Yeah, you can write alter, then again table, this is alter table is fixed, right? And then the table name you have to write, so for our case it's users, and then you have to write column, and then you have to provide the present column name, that is, let's say I'm taking for this time is email, yeah, email, and again I will write it inside the tilde, oh sorry, email, inside the tilde I will write the column name, and then I have to provide two, inside this I will write let's say user email, okay? See, alter table. Oh, sorry. I need to provide the rename, right? I was forget to mention the rename in, if I could write it properly. Okay, now fine. So if I select this to query and run it, see, this email is changed to user email, right? So I will again go back and yeah, I will perform this task. User email to, let's say, I'm going back to email, sorry, email. Okay, fine. I will again go back and run this code. Yeah, fine. Now, so as of now we can change this data type, and also we can perform the renaming of the column, right? Let's say I want to add another column. Let's say taking an example of let's say arbitrary column. I'm taking example of a arbitrary column. I have to add a column, right? So to add a column, you should go for alter command once again. So you have to write alter, then table, then you have to provide the table name, that is users in our case, and then you have to write add, then a column, and then you have to provide the column you are actually wanted to insert, right? So this time, let's say as I mentioned, it should be a, let's say a, and yeah, and it should be let's say in this case, let's say it's a int, right? It's a int and it should be not null, and yeah, fine. You can provide a default value as well, but yeah, fine. It, run this. See, here is a new column, a is created, right? Now let's say you want to delete a command, so to simply write alter table, then you have to provide the table name, and you have to write drop, right? Okay, drop, then drop column, and you have to provide the column name. Let's say in our case it's again a, right? And yeah, see, this column is removed. Okay, now let's say you want to add a column which has a default value. So if I go back and copy this code, and let's say I'm adding a column with the name registration time, it's like reg underscore time, right? Reg time, right? And reg time is kind of, let's say it should be date time format, right? Date time, and it should be not null, and let's say the default value is current timestamp. Okay, so what we are actually performing, we are adding a particular column, right, which says that when the user is registered in our system, right? So that is our reg time, and that should be the system time. So that's why we are writing in this manner, that this field, the type of this field is data type, date time, and the default value is current time, right? I will go back and let's see the data, right? So this is for this time, this is the current data in our table, right? Now if I go and execute this, see this carefully. If I hit this, see, here is this particular field is created, and again I will go back to see what is the data. See, what happened was, this field is created with the default value, with the default date time, right? But in this case this is wrong, because it actually saying a wrong, conveying a wrong information in the table, because we don't we have introduced this field, okay, after we register some of the users, right? Because we have previous data. These user, let's say this couple of users are already in our system, right? So if I implement this particular column right now in the database and giving it a default value, what will happen is it will say that these users are registered in this particular date and time, right? So it's a wrong information. So whenever we have a default value, we need to perform this task in two steps, right? So first what I will do is I will drop this column. Okay, I will again copy this code and I will go back, and yeah, I will delete reg time. Okay, sorry, yeah, reg time, this field I will delete. Sorry, I could write it properly. I will drop this one. Okay, I have dropped this column. Now I will add this column. Now see, I will add this column. Going back, yeah, I will add this column, and this time I will not provide these informations, right? Now what will happen? See, I'm going back, executed this field is created, right? This field is created, and now if I go back to the users and hit this, see, there is a default registration time. This 000 has already there because we don't have that information, so that's why it's saying 000, right? It's the default value. And instead, if you want a null value over there, again what I will do, I will drop this. Okay, now you can remove this null as well, right? So you have to create like this. You have created this reg time, and if you go back and hit this, see, here is a null values, right? This is the proper one. And now we need that default timestamp, right? So for that I will go back, and if you remember, that was the first code we have written. I need this code, right? I will go back, I will paste it here, and instead of this one, the username, it will be our reg time, and again it will be our reg time. Okay, reg time. Now see, and it should be our date time format, so I will write date time, and it should be not null, and default will be our current timestamp. Okay, now yeah, reg time users, date time not null, default current timestamp. It says something null value. Oh, okay, not null should be null, and then I will write the default current timestamp, right? So if I go back and execute, yeah, it was successfully executed. Now see, their default, the current timestamp is already there, right? So if I go back, see, and hit this, there is a there, all these values are null. Let's say I'm going to add a new value, right? Let's say for this time is, say, something like John, right? Let's say it's jj@gmail.com, and let's say our default password is like y this thing. And if I go back and apply, see, here is your this column is filled with the default time of the system. So that's all for the video, guys. Thanks for watching.